Hey guys, Michael here with hellocupcakeitsme, and today I know I've covered this topic before in the past, but I want to cover it yet again. Trolls. Listen, y'all. I really don't care about your negative comments on my videos. I really don't. There's one video in particular that I uploaded like 5 years ago that still gets a massive amounts of trolls hitting it and talking shit to me and all this other stuff on that particular video. The particular video in question was Social Security and low-income housing. When I uploaded that video, I was really depressed, really bipolar, really stressed the fuck out, and at the time I didn't know if I was going to be homeless or not. Now, having been homeless before, I don't want to rehash that ever again for me or my family. So during the time when I was just barely starting off getting Social Security, or actually I'm not even sure if I was getting Social Security at the time. I may have just gotten it. I don't know. It's been forever ago since I watched that video. But that being said, I get about 15 to 30 comments a week on that video of people telling me to shut the fuck up, I'm a fat loser, get a job, blah blah blah, whatever the fuck else happens to run through their little trolley minds. I understand that the workforce is hard out there and not every troll has a bridge to guard so the billy goats can't cross over it or whatever, but stop and think for a second, okay? If you knew anything about Social Security, then you would know that at some point in my life I had to work my ass off to put money into that account so that I could then go through and claim it later on in life. Unfortunately, I had to start claiming it at 29 years old. Is that my fault? No, it's not. Is it anyone else's fault? No, it's not. It just happened to be that that's when my mental illness and physical health and everything else decided to rear its ugly fucking head. So, you guys over there blah blah blahing on the back of a keyboard, talking shit that you wouldn't normally say to somebody in person, all you're doing, for me, is driving my ratings up on that video. What that translates into is that video is monetized. So every time somebody clicks on it, watches, or leaves a comment on it, I get a fraction of some money set aside. So in the last 6 months, I've made just over $8 on that video alone because of people bitching and complaining and whatever else. So, thanks. Go ahead. Keep bitching and complaining. Keep racking my video up. That's awesome. Go right on ahead. I appreciate it. Actually, I implore you to do so. Because what else? The other thing that's helping that video do is boost my channel presence. So, in a sense, you are, by typing a comment, making me a YouTube star. And you know what? That's awesome, because that's the direction I'm hoping to go. I'm hoping to become YouTube famous, Instagram famous, whatever famous. I like being in front of the camera, I like sitting down doing these videos, and I like talking to people about the stuff that goes on in my life, and I love helping people to the best of my ability. Does that mean that my depression's cured? Fuck no! That shit just hit me last night like a ton of goddamn bricks, and I spent an hour and 20 minutes crying over bullshit. Absolute nothing. Something triggered one of my emotional responses, and I sat down and I cried for about an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and a half. Do I like being bipolar? Well, hell no. No one likes being bipolar. And if you don't suffer from depression and bipolar and some of the other issues and shit that I have going on, then you don't fucking know what it's like to be a prisoner within your own body. That's just it. You take the simplest mundane task, and I know for some of you trolls, mundane might be a huge word, so let me break that down for you. You take the simplest everyday tasks, and then you stretch that shit out. And then you put in negative emotions and negative feelings and negative just everything about it. And then you, for whatever reason, washing a plate, we'll use that as an example, then translates into some shit a bully did to you in the 5th grade. And then you start rehashing all the shit that bully did to you in the 5th grade. And then that spirals off to some time when you were working and you had a difficult customer and you couldn't really tell the customer off at the time. So you think of all the fucking things that you should have said to that customer at that time. And then that jettisons you back to the day that your grandfather passed away and having to see a dead body for the first time and having to stand over his casket and watch as people came walking up and like paid their respects, and knowing that you're never going to fucking see your grandpa again, but being too young to actually put that shit together. So then that's where the tears come in. So you're already pissed off and upset and hurt and angry. Then your mind picks up this fucked up memory, hits you with it. Then you start crying. Then you get pissed off at yourself because you're crying about some bullshit that happened in the fucking past, but you haven't been able to get past it for whatever reason. So then you start going to counseling sessions. And all the fucking counselor wants to do is scribble in their goddamn notebook about, well, how does that make you feel? Bitch, for the last half an hour I've been sitting here telling you how it makes me feel. So yeah, you have all this shit just compiling on top of you day after day after day after day. And sometimes, you know, you get this little burst of sunshine where the entire day is just fantastic and you feel good and everything goes right that day. You go out, you maybe have breakfast or lunch or dinner with a friend or family member. Like the other day I went out, got my nails done, had facial eyebrow waxing and stuff, but that wasn't on my dime. That was because a girlfriend of mine paid for me to do that as payment for me helping babysit her children. And, you know, even if I didn't do something for her like that, she's the kind of person that gives until she has nothing else to give. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, you're just a fucking mook. Or, let me break that down for you, for those people who don't understand the word mook. A leech, a user, somebody who takes without reciprocation, or whatever else. That's not true. Me and her do shit with each other all the time. But you know what? That's a completely different story. Shutting that down. We're going back into this. So, when you trolls hit me up online and say all kinds of bullshit and whatever else, it really doesn't fucking matter to me one iota of a bit. Let me break down iota one little bit. I want to make sure that I'm catching y'all on like a level that you can understand. So if I'm using big words, I'm sorry. Please, by all means, leave those in the comment section below, and I will try to define those for you. But to make it clear, yet again, you cannot get Social Security benefits and be placed on disability without first going through doctors, having to hire a lawyer, and being seen by a federal judge. Okay? So with those three things right there, you have all sorts of hurdles you have to jump. Now, I've covered all this shit in a previous video, but I will cover it yet again. I applied for Social Security disability in 2010. I did not receive it until 2012, so 2 years. During the time of which I had to go see a Social Security counselor 7 times. I had to see a social worker throughout the entire length of time that I had been, or during my process before I got to see a judge. I had to go to state-appointed doctors. I had to go to state-appointed mental health facilities for testing and for whatever else. I can't really remember because I was on so many different fucking medications at the time that my brain is kind of jello for that time period. But those doctors and those psychiatrists and those therapists and whatever else are paid to make it so you don't receive government benefits such as Social Security and medical disability. So, either I'm a fucking Golden Globes Oscar-winning performer and should be in Hollywood films, or there might have been something actually wrong with me and is still something mentally and medically wrong with me. I own up to the fact that I live day to day with bipolar. I live up to the fact that I live day to day with depression and male irritable syndrome and all these other freaking long ass words and diagnoses. Okay? I live with that. I own it. I understand it. Does that make me a bad person? No. Does it make me a lazy person who doesn't want to work? No. But does it inhibit my ability to do so? Yes. How does it inhibit my ability to do so? If I'm having a great day and I can go eat lunch and get my nails done and whatever else, blah blah blah. Because second to second, minute to minute, hour to hour, day to day, week to week, I am not in control of my emotions. Coupled with the cocktail of medication and pills that I'm on, I don't ever know when the bipolar medication is going to kick in and make me extremely drowsy. It's not like I can just curl up on the floor and go to sleep at work. No boss is going to allow that. There's absolutely no way that I can only work 1 or 2 hours a day and still have the money to live on without some kind of benefit. So, stop and actually think for a second before you start pounding away on that keyboard. If I did not need it, then 2 years worth of singing the same song and making myself physically ill and pretending to be mentally ill is Oscar-worthy performance. I don't know anyone who has that kind of dedication. So am I saying that I faked my way through it? No, absolutely not. I did not fake it through it. I don't fake it. I'm actually one of those people that try not to complain about shit because I know others have it so much worse than me. Though some of my other videos have been about me complaining about things, but you know what? I started this channel as a way for me to get shit off my chest. Because it's easy for me to sit here in front of a camera in the comforts of my home and blah 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 in front of a camera and not have an emotional response or a third party response yapping back at me, making me feel less than because of the way that I happen to feel. So, again, understand or don't. I don't fucking care at this point. But know this. Every time you comment negatively on my channel, I'm either going to delete it or I will leave it up and allow your negativity to generate more viewers for my channel, because I have more people contact me through email and through private messaging and all this other stuff telling me, hey Michael, thank you for talking about what you have talked about. It's really helped me. I've had to deal with XYZ for this many number of years. I never knew anyone else was out there like me. Awesome. You know what? That's great. I love talking to those of you who need help. I love being here, utilizing my pain, my experiences, to let somebody else know, hey, you're not alone. And so, when I tell people in all my videos, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section below, and give you my email address and stuff about how to get a hold of me, I'm reaching out to that one, maybe two people that need help, that don't know the steps to go to get help, that don't have a voice of their own or aren't strong enough to talk about the pain and suffering that they are going through. That's what this video is about. That's what all my videos are about. And you know, the videos that have nothing to do with my depression and my bipolar, and it's just me sitting on camera ranting about something. You know, it's just me getting shit off my chest. No one tells you you have to click. No one forces you to move your mouse over and click on my video. Even if it comes up as a recommendation. I mean, if it's coming up as a recommendation as a video that you should watch, chances are you have looked at similar subjects before, so that's why it's coming up as a recommendation. And if you're just looking for clickbait or easy targets to try to harass and bully or whatever else you think you need to do, then by all means, you know what? Click away on my videos. Type away until your little heart's desire is content. You know, do whatever you gotta do. Focus your hate and your anger on me. I can take it because, you know what? I know how to hit delete. I'm just telling you that your negative comments and stuff like that have no bearing on me. The only time that I really get pissed off and feel that I have to make one of these videos is when I hear somebody, or I see somebody typing a diatribe, let me break down diatribe, a long-ass rant about how I received Social Security and how I was bitching and complaining about only making so much money a month and blah 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 blah. And then the other ignorant fucks talking about, well, you're on Social Security and you get food stamps and that comes directly out of my paycheck and blah 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 blah. Actually, no, Social Security doesn't come out of your paycheck. Social Security comes out of your paycheck for you, but it does not pay for me. And I think I looked at this conversion chart once before, and it's like less than $1 of your gross income goes toward welfare and food stamps. There it is. Less than $1 comes out of your fucking paycheck. You would lose that dollar. You probably have at least $5 in change floating around your car somewhere, or in your washing machine, or God knows where, but you don't miss it. All those pennies that you like drop and think, oh, I'm not going to pick it up. Yeah, that might be your hard-earned money, but still, it's a fraction of what you make that goes into funding public programs like this. So, in ending, my dear friends, troll away, troll away, troll away. For those of you who actually like my videos and find them helpful, I'm going to continue to make them, and I hope that they continue to help you. For those of you who are not my followers and find my videos interesting or funny or witty or whatever else, hit the subscribe button. You know, it's free, doesn't cost you a thing. Subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up. Hit me up in the comments section below. Let me know what kind of videos you want me to do. Do you want me to do a Q&A video where you ask me questions and I respond to them? You know, whatever. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below. Hit me up on email if you need to. It's hellocupcakeitsme@gmail.com, and I'm on all forms of social media. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Michael Scott Peterson, all one word, S-O-N, not S-E-N. And on Facebook, look for me. It's hellocupcakeitsme. There's 2 different profiles, so you may want to add them both. And on Twitter, it's hellocupcake, the number 4 and the letter U. So yeah, hope y'all are doing amazingly well, and I will talk to y'all later. Goodbye.